name is Siegel. I'm here with Vineyard Offshore. Just a point of clarification, Vineyard Wind is our project, which I'll talk about in a moment. So here we are. Who is Vineyard Offshore, right? Everybody here today has talked about their joint venture and their people they're working with. So we are actually the exclusive development partner of Copenhagen Infrastructure Partners, who are basically like a 401k retirement fund over in Denmark. They have a huge portfolio of exclusively renewable energy projects. Talk about Vineyard Offshore, Vineyard Wind 1. So right now, off the coast of Massachusetts, we have Vineyard Wind 1, which is currently putting energy into the grid in Massachusetts, which is very exciting. Took a long time, and we're finally up and running. And we're going to use a lot of that, a lot of blueprint as much as applicable in New York. So there are going to be 62 turbines when that project is complete. As of right now, there are 47 monopiles in the ground. On those 47 monopiles, 30 of them have transition pieces. 10 of the ones that have transition pieces are fully assembled, and 5 are up and running, fully functional, putting 65 megawatts of energy into the Massachusetts grid. We have additional lease areas, right? We have ours in New York, which is the 544 lease. We have the 522 lease, which is a little further out, and also being bid into a Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island pact right now. And then we have off of California, the 562 lease area, which is actually very exciting because as my colleague over there pointed out, that's going to be a floating turbine farm. So there's a lot of questions that have to get answered there, which is a place where a lot of you guys could probably find some work. These are questions that are coming up as we are kind of walking the path, as we're learning about, because this industry in the United States is still in its infancy. There are so many things that we don't know yet. So many problems and challenges we haven't even encountered yet. So having people like you guys, young and interested and passionate enough to sit through what's going to be probably 2 hours of presentation, it's important. So our project off the coast of New York. Can you all hear me? Yeah. Our project off the coast of New York, the Excelsior Wind Project, that's our state slogan, our Latin mantra, means ever upward. So 700,000 homes powered to reduce CO2 emissions by 1.1 million metric tons, which is a lot. We're taking that out of the atmosphere. It's the equivalent, I think it's a comparison, it's the equivalent of getting 225,000 cars off the road, but if we had that many cars off the road, I would have gotten here a little earlier. So the 544 lease right here, there we go, I brought my lease reporter for a reason. This is 31 miles from mainland Nassau County. So if you hear people, and this is part of my job as a community engagement person in external affairs, is listening to people who are saying these things like, oh, it's going to ruin our view. We're worried about things that we read on the internet, which, as I'm sure you guys know, not the best place for information all the time. And answering those questions is part of what my job is. So the point of interconnection is going to be an existing power plant that's already into the grid. So one of the challenges that you guys can help us figure out is how do we get power from the turbine in the ocean to Uniondale? It's going to be on a route, there's a transmission route, we're going to be laying cables. But there are challenges in every way that we go, right? One thing may not work if we go to the east, one thing may not work if we go to the west. So there's, again, a lot of opportunity for people with fresh ideas, just coming out of school to, break the mold a little bit. This also right here is clearly written by a consultant, evaluating cable landfall options along southern Nassau County with focus on community and multi-level municipal engagement, right? What does that mean? It means that we're trying to figure out how to get the cable to Uniondale and cause as few people, inconvenience as possible. So as everybody else said, these are our timelines. Permitting and development is quite a while. There are a lot of hoops to jump through. If you look online, I think it's the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management has a flow chart The normally flow charts are 3, 4, maybe even 5 boxes. Their flow chart is 15 boxes. It's a lot to get this done, and a lot of those boxes require input from engineers, from people that are going to be educated in the field and know what's going on. You see right here, this is tier 1 contracts. So there are 4 tiers in procurement for offshore wind. There's tier 1, which are the finished components, the monopiles, the nacelles, the blades. Tier 2, subassembly, which is where the pieces all come together into the finished project. Subcomponent is tier 3, which is where you put those pieces together to make pieces for subassembly. And then there's tier 4, which is raw materials. And we're looking at GE right now, but we're trying to find a great partner. But our current bid is connected to General Electric, buying turbines for our project. So for our project, actually for for Excelsior Wind, we are currently our bid was to have 72 turbines to provide 1,300 megawatts of power. A little bit more about kind of my role in Vineyard, what we do here. As you can see, I didn't make the slide because there's way too much text on it. Right here is the exciting new program we're doing. We've had 3 of them so far. It's our mobile office hours because we don't yet have a physical office on Long Island. So we're going to different communities. And so far it's been great feedback. And we've had really meaningful conversations. We've engaged people. And at all of these events, we have people from our company come out who are experts in certain subject areas. So you will have engineers. We've had tribal nations lead. We've had our labor lead who's going to be doing it next week to talk about union involvement. So there's a lot of opportunity there for, if maybe you're an engineer, but you don't want to talk a lot in public, there are places to grow your skills here too, if you want to make it more robust or have a more robust career. So very exciting, very exciting. Now, this was actually made prior to this happening, but a couple of weeks ago, the Vineyard Wind 1 project reached an agreement with the Mashpee Nation from the tribal nations in Massachusetts. The first of its kind. It's a community benefit agreement to bring them along in offshore wind and not leave them behind. So we're very, very proud of that. Diverse and representative set of stakeholders for opportunities for collaboration. This best part about this for me, I'll tell you about myself a little bit after, but the best part for me has been meeting so many people who want to be involved and being able to actually bring them into the process. We are working with community organizations, we're working with free apprenticeship programs for labor unions, working directly with labor unions, schools, you name it. We are talking to everybody, involving everybody, getting input and feedback from everybody. And as you can see here, we want to share understanding of opportunities to avoid, minimize, and mitigate the impacts of the project. So that is really, I think, the mission statement of our engagement is to make sure that people are going to get this energy and no one's going to be worse off for it, because we need this. We're at a point where we absolutely need to make the shift into green energy. Take a look at some of these numbers up here. They are very, lofty, big numbers, which is part of the proposal that we have with New York. So 1,200 jobs. A lot of those jobs are construction. A lot of those jobs are also engineers. So that's an opportunity right there. Workforce development, supply chain issues, environmental community initiatives. These are just very broad topics, right? Now, what does that mean? What does workforce mean? Workforce means that we're going to figure out how to get enough engineers and enough electricians and enough carpenters to be ready for our project's construction by the time it comes around. Because once we hit 2028-ish, assuming everything's gone to plan, we're going to need a lot of people to make this a reality. So that's why I'm here today. That's why we're doing this now, is because 2028, most of you will be graduating. Show of hands. Right. So maybe you're in grad school, maybe you past that. We're gonna need people like you. It's very important, because otherwise we'll be ready to go. We'll have all our permitting done, and we'll be waiting on the shared resources. So down here, just a quick definition. PLA and an LPA, these are both agreements with our labor unions. PLAs are project labor agreements, which are very specific, and they outline the requirements on a project, who we're going to hire, how much we're going to pay them, etc. A labor peace agreement is when we are at any part of our project, we just say, look, you guys tell labor unions, you guys are welcome to come in and talk to our people about organizing. If they choose to do it, great. With 1,000 union members on the project in Massachusetts, which is why it's actually gone kind of close to schedule. These are our beautiful pictures. And I'll leave that up while I talk about how I got here. So I come from politics and government. I spent over a decade doing that, running campaigns, lobbying, strategic initiatives, things like that. It is a nice change of pace to be in an industry like this, because like I said, it's brand new pretty much in this country. We have so many opportunities to talk to people, to learn. There are really no rigid structures where we have to constantly, argue and prove our point for why we want to do something different, because there is no right way to do so. So I think it's well past 2:30, so I'll let you guys go, get your class on. If anybody has any questions, seeing none, thank you very much.